A family affair, the rising cost of growing old. Americans now pay more to care for mom and dad than on their own health care.
From ABC News headquarters, this is World News with Charles Gibson.
Next, a different kind of financial sacrifice, one being made by tens of millions of Americans. The cost of caring for an aging loved one. A study out today found that it costs about $5,500 a year on average to care for an aging parent or spouse. That's more than the average American family spends on their own health care. Here's ABC's David Wright.
Every parent knows about sacrifices. Many children are learning. At age 28, Shelley Tillman is part of a growing trend. She now cares full-time for her mom, who has a brain tumor.
Awesome job, Daisy. Every morning I wake up, I start her with a feeding. She has to be changed, and then she gets turned every 2 hours. If you'd asked me 2 years ago if I'd be doing this, if I'd even be capable of doing this, I'd say no.
Tillman's monthly expenses, roughly $3,000. She works part-time, but almost the whole paycheck goes to the home care nurse, who stays with her mom while she's at the office. Today's study found that family caregivers spend, on average, 10% of their household income to manage the financial burden of an aging relative. Most of the money goes for food, transportation, as well as medical care and prescription drugs. And when the aging relative lives in another city, the costs run even higher. On average, long-distance caregivers spend nearly $9,000 a year. It's an issue that affects more and more Americans each year. An estimated 34 million of us provide some sort of care for a family member age 50 or older. And as the baby boomers continue to age, that number is likely to climb even higher. Home care is cheap compared to a nursing home. Debbie Rosenman spends $281 a day, more than $100,000 a year, for her mother, who has Alzheimer's, to live in this facility.
We're basically spending our children's inheritance because we want my mom to have the best quality of care.
Shelley Tillman wants the best for her mom, too, but it's not easy.
So it's not really a sacrifice. I just love her.
An emotional burden and a financial one, too. David Wright, ABC News, Washington.